Hello friends, in this lecture I will give an overview regarding dimension and geometry constraints in SolidWorks. So to begin with, I have to first make a sketch in Sketcher Workbench. So to do that I will go to File, click on New, select the Part Modeling Workbench, click on OK. Now this is how the GUI looks when you click on the Part Modeling Workbench. When I select the Sketcher feature over here, it will bring the Sketcher GUI in front of you. So to make any sketch in SolidWorks, you have to first specify a plane. So what I will do, I will select a plane, for example the front plane over here, and then to sketch the entity or drawing into it, I will select the sketch icon. Now how to differentiate whether you are working in a Sketcher Workbench or not? If you are working in a Sketcher Workbench, you will basically find this symbol. This is basically your origin. If you don't find it, that means you have exited from your Sketcher Workbench. So for example, if I exit it, so this is how it looks. So you cannot, no longer you can find that particular symbol. So again I will just select the plane, select the sketch icon. So there you go. Now I will make a rectangle using corner rectangle. So here you can see corner rectangle is basically made by selecting two diametrically opposite points of the rectangle. So anywhere in this region I will just press my left mouse button. Again I will just drag my mouse and again select the left mouse button, then press OK. If I press escape, it will bring me entirely out of the command. Now to zoom in, zoom out, I will just scroll my mouse up and down. Now if you see, if I just drag my cursor after positioning it over this point, the entire geometry is able to change, or say it is not fixed. Now how can we fix it? So to fix it, we have to basically make use of dimensional constraint. Now to assign dimensional constraint, I have to go to Smart Dimensions. I will select this horizontal line by pressing the left mouse button, and I will just drag it upwards unless the dimension is visible. Say for example, I am just positioning it over here, and then left click your mouse button. Now as compared to SolidWorks, as compared to AutoCAD, in SolidWorks, the moment you define any dimensions, you can edit the dimensions. So here say I am giving the length as 80. Press OK. Again press Smart Dimension, select this vertical line. Say I am just positioning at this location, left click it again. Then I will enter the dimension as 40. Press OK to exit from the Smart Dimension. Now if I select the same corner point and if I drag my mouse, you can see the rectangle, it can go anywhere. So I have to constrain this thing. So to constrain this thing, I will make use of geometrical constraints. Now in geometrical constraints, what I will be doing is I will just try to locate this point at the origin. So to locate this point at the origin, I will select this corner point, then I will press Ctrl, then select the origin point. The moment you do it, you can find there is a relations horizontal vertical coincident. So I will select coincident. Okay, so it is giving some error. Let me just close it. So I will just do it again. Select this point, press Ctrl, and then select this. I will go for coincident. Okay. So now you can see the geometry has completely changed from blue color to black. That means now the geometry is completely defined. What do you mean by completely defined? It means if I try to drag the point again, you can see I can no longer move it. Now this is what is required whenever you complete your sketch in SolidWorks. Make sure that the entire sketch is completely black. Once you are finished making the drawing, then I will exit from the Sketcher Workbench by selecting this icon. I will assign a 3D feature, say Extrude. So to assign it, I will go to Feature, select this Extrude. So now in Extrude what happens, it will basically add solid material which will be perpendicular to your sketching plane. Now this was my sketching plane. It is adding the third dimension, that is depth, which is perpendicular towards it. So I will specify here a dimension of 30, press OK, and there you have the 3D model. Now say in case like you have to do some modifications with the dimensions, there are two ways of doing it. First I will explain how to modify the dimensions in sketcher mode. Now to go back from this 3D mode to the sketcher mode, so to do that you press this plus icon. Now here you can find the sketch which you have created. Right click over here, select the edit sketch icon. Now this is your sketch which you had made in the sketcher workbench. Now to rotate the entire screen, what I am basically doing is I am pressing the cursor and I am just dragging the mouse. Now to make the screen parallel towards the screen, like to make the sketching plane parallel towards the screen, we have here view orientation. In view orientation you can select normal to, there you go, so it becomes parallel to the screen. Now why I am stressing on this, because it becomes easier to make any modifications whichever you are planning to make. Now I will just change this to 60, and then this I will say make it to 20. Once it's done, I will close this dialog box and exit. Now you can see whatever changes you make in sketcher mode, it gets highlighted in the 3D model as well. So they are in a way related to each other. Now this is one way of modifying the dimensions. The other way of modifying the dimensions is by just double clicking on the 3D model. So when I double click on the 3D model, you can see all the dimensions. It shows the dimensions which you had used to make the particular geometry, along with the depth which you have specified by the extrude feature. Now I will just modify all the 3 dimensions and let's see how it gets changed. So I will just double click over here, and instead of 30 I will just give it at 15. Then I will change this from 20 to 10, and here also I will change this from 60 to 40. Now if you see, even though we have changed, it doesn't show any change, as in like if I double click the dimensions are changed but the geometry is just as it is. So basically if you do any changes in the 3D mode, or say in the part modeling mode or 3 dimension, you have to basically press the rebuild icon. So once you press the rebuild icon, you can see the entire geometry has changed. We will just cross check it by going to the sketch, right clicking, edit sketch. Here also you can see the geometry or the sketch has changed. So this is just an overview as to how to assign geometrical constraints or dimensional constraints in SolidWorks. In further videos I will just go in detail about the different types of geometrical constraints, how you can assign it, along with some examples to just make it, or to just have a better understanding towards it. Thanks for watching.